Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Welcome back to the bedroom, and apologies if the whole screen is shaking because I am filming on my new MacBook Pro on a stand, and of course the cat is running all around it. As you can see, she's just there going mental. She's got the zoomies. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for joining me on today's video. Today we are discussing what Nizar Kinsella had to say on his article regarding Chelsea buying a Portuguese club, buying another club, and what that means and what we can expect from that. This cat is going to make things difficult, so let's say hello now. Meow, meow, meow. Chelsea are also trying to sign Joao Felix, it's pronounced. Okay, she doesn't like that. Joao Felix on a permanent, which I think is probably good, but might split opinion. Maybe the tipsters would truly win if Mason Mount is sold and Joao Felix is signed on a permanent. Also, goalkeeper man. Chelsea looking at alternative goalkeepers. David Raya of Brentford, Ilham Meze of Leeds United. Of course, if they go down, could be available for some cheap peas. And indeed, Andre Onana, now of Inter, once of Ajax. No, thanks for joining me. We're going to get through it today. We're going to talk about lots of stuff, so settle in, drop a like, and consider subscribing if you are new. I do want to start off and talk a little bit about Joao Felix. Not for too long, though, but just a little bit, because he does look class. He does look like he could be reborn at Chelsea. Of course, he's been sort of like in limbo a little bit at Atletico Madrid, playing under Diego Simeone. He's been there for a long time. It seems peculiar as well for how much money they spent on him. But of course, as we know very well, Benfica like to squeeze a lot of money out of their young talents that they don't pay much for. A la Enzo Fernandez. It did seem like a peculiar move. Of course, Letty had designs of doing better, winning. They did win another league title, but winning Champions Leagues, maybe, that, you know, they got really far in a couple of Champions League campaigns. But ultimately, it was a stinky time there, and the dude wants to play attacking football. Now, Chelsea want to play attacking football, and maybe we understand him better emotionally, despite, you know, some divisive opinions about Chelsea and the management at the moment. The players do seem to like the manager. Now, whether that means he'll stay and succeed, I can't answer that question. But the players do seem to like him, and they do seem to want to play, you know, for him. You know, the likes of Havertz is playing better. Joao Felix looks like, you know, the fullbacks. Reece James is probably not totally up to fitness yet, so when he does, but Ben Chilwell's looking really good underneath him. If all these important players do enjoy playing under this manager, then maybe everything's going to be okay, and maybe the big important players will want to sign deals. Maybe not Mason Mount. We've spoken about that enough. We'll speak about that another time. I'll be interested in everyone's comments regarding Joao Felix and if we should sign him, because journalist Mate Moretto has reported on the fact Chelsea are already trying to sign Felix. Contact has been made with Atletico Madrid. Obviously, the player probably wants to keep his powder dry a little bit before he nails his colours to the mast, but by all accounts, Chelsea are already trying to do it. Maybe they want to get a pre-agreement in early while Chelsea are in mid-table, and while he only has a couple of goals. Had we flew up the table into 4th place, and Felix was already on 7 goals and 4 assists, Atletico Madrid be rubbing their hands together. Obviously, we would be too, for like, just reasons of success. But maybe the small silver lining of this poor season is that this player who wants to leave Atletico Madrid probably would only want to sign for us still. Atletico couldn't, you know, bend us over a barrel and charge us silly money. They'll still charge us a lot, but maybe not the money they originally intended. Alright, let's talk about goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga. I don't know how to feel. I keep praising him for a success story. Hold on, let me shout at my cat. Mia! The cat is chewing on my plants, and she knows she's not allowed to. Kepa, I keep praising him. I think he's done well, but at the same time, the recurring themes, the recurring stories is he's not going to be the man for the long term. You've got people like Ben Foster coming out saying he's not the guy. Not that Ben Foster's, you know, the authority on all goalkeeping. He's more of a media dude now, isn't he? A YouTube content creator. Brethren. But, you know, when someone says your replacements for Kepa, and David Raya of Brentford, fine, he's quite good, he has a good season, Meslier, really young, really massive. He's a giant, the young French goalkeeper. He's just so used to conceding a lot of goals, which for me, I mean, maybe his percentage, you know, he makes really good shots, and, you know, it's not his fault he concedes so many goals because of the defence and the style of play. Maybe that's all true. But for me, he's a young player that's his experience in the Premier League has had goals just, you know, flying past him all the time. And I don't know if that's, you know, the thing you want. Of course, we've also been linked to Andre Onana. He obviously played for Ajax, was a really good footballing goalkeeper, which you'd have to assume would suit the way we want to play football under Graham Potter. I'd be quite interested in looking at him. He was available, he was free, wasn't he? There was something to do with his transfer, why it was difficult, but Inter got him in the end. I swear he ran his contract down. The cat's making the laptop move. Yeah, I think he ran his contract down. Anyway, whatever, point being, out of those lot, I'd probably be most interested in Andre Onana because he very much is a footballing goalkeeper and it suits what we want to do. Right, so let's jump over now to the Standard and Indizar Kinsella's article and find out what exactly is Todd Boehly's plan, or Chelsea's plan now, with Todd Boehly to buy another club. Chelsea are reassessing the Portuguese clubs as part of their plans for a multi-club network after having a £35 million bid for Portimonense turned down. Standard Sport revealed in September that Chelsea were in talks to buy Premier League side Portimonense? Hold on. Portimonense? It's something. It's a Portuguese club. After co-owner Todd Boehly confirms he wants to set up a stable of clubs. Chelsea have identified Portugal as a good country in which to buy a satellite team, but their offer to purchase a 75% stake in this club has been rejected. Portimonense have previously rejected a similar approach from Manchester City and do not think they need influence or investment from any English club. Well, let's just keep going back and asking more, and maybe they'll change their minds. Chelsea have consulted with Portuguese super agent Jorge Mendes over clubs to consider in his homeland, as he's now tasked with finding alternative options, having built a positive relationship with co-controlling owners Boehly and Eghbali. True, early doors there was that fabled meeting between Todd Boehly and Jorge Mendes talking about his players, clubs in Portugal. They've always had this plan, by the way. They always wanted to buy a Portuguese club and indeed a Brazilian club, a French club, and that's when the whole like Cristiano Ronaldo rumours came out really early doors, remember, because he was obviously trying to flog Chelsea. Ronaldo. Oi, let's read on. The Blues want a club in Portugal to help them sign the best South American talent for less and at a younger age, as they could take advantage of more lenient work permit regulations in the country. Chelsea signed Enzo Fernandez for a British transfer record fee of £107 million in January, just 6 months after he moved from River Plate to Benfica for only £9 million. Eeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeeee than just the silly people that spend all the money. Oli and Igbali want to build a multi-club model like Manchester City and Red Bull Football Group, who own Leipzig and Salzburg. They are looking at clubs in France, Belgium and Brazil as part of a project that is being led by President of Business Tom Glick. I've always Tom Glick. I think that might be a typo from Naz. But yes, Tom Glick, remember him? His name got lost in the multitude of recruitment and footballing experts we signed after him. But yeah, he's one of the new guys. RC Strasbourg president Mark Keller has confirmed Chelsea are in talks to purchase a stake in the French club. Chelsea are thought to have bids for Lyon, Bordeaux, Sochaux, Montpellier. I should know how to pronounce that. All rejected, though the club has declined to comment. Chelsea have also had an approach turned down last year for Brazilian giant Santos. Well, we all know about Santos, you know, the big Brazilian superstars come from their massive club in Brazil, Neymar, etc, etc. A little bit ambitious trying to buy Santos, I think. Many of you will rightly, and we've spoken about this before, feel frustrated about Chelsea, of putting efforts into this when perhaps they just want Chelsea Football Club to perform well on the pitch in the Premier League. Sorry, the cat. In the Premier League. But ultimately, like I said, they don't want to waste time in terms of making Chelsea a massive, successful club project. This is what they see in doing it. It's not just getting your Enzo Fernandez's early and cheap and having, easier work permits for South American, like, imported young players. It's also an excellent opportunity to loan out your own academy prospects. You know, lest we forget, Chelsea have an incredible academy still, loads of young good players, and they will have opportunities to go out on loan. Maybe they will be more inclined to go out on loan to these European clubs because owned by Chelsea, it'll be a little bit more comforting, maybe, in terms of like the connections there, the affiliations there. They won't be feeling like they're just going to some random place in a random league. It'll be like, right, club is ultimately owned by Chelsea. There is connections there. I feel a little bit more comfortable going on loan there and to develop, and you know, it's a great opportunity for that. Also, maybe, I mean, maybe financially this will work out. Of course, there'll be separate entities from Chelsea, so that won't be included in financial fair play, but Chelsea will ultimately save money from having these clubs in terms of, like I said, funneling in talent and loaning out and, you know, whatever, selling as well. Like maybe they could sell players to their other clubs. Can they do that? Is that legal? I don't know. Still, I never had anything against this. I actually think it's probably quite smart to keep up with the big boys in world football and become a super powerhouse again. Ugh, look at the guns. So I'm fine with it. Let's do it. I do want to become good on the football pitch in front of us again, but I think I'm pretty agnostic and philosophical about it. I think, you know, we've got great players. They're going to get better. You know, Potter won't get sacked. Maybe he will next season, but he won't in the summer. We need to get rid of a few players. Enzo will get better. Felix will get better. You know, probably Kai Havertz will get better. Bruyere will come back. Reece James will be fully integrated after injury. And N'Golo Kante will come back. You know, and next year we got people get work permit for Andre Santos. You know, and Nkunku will come in. Malo Gusto will come in. I've heard reports that Malo Gusto's already gone to Cobham, rehabilitating from his injury to like hang out with people, you know, Chelsea people, to get acclimatized. So by the time pre-season comes, he's feeling comfortable around the place. You know, next season could potentially be ruddy wicked if you take all those things into consideration. And yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, I want to put it out to you guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me in the boudoir today. Comment down below on how you feel about Felix, how you feel about Kepa. Feel free to talk about Malo Gusto, any of the new coming players, and, you know, importantly as well, the multi-club model, how you feel about that. I think personally, provided it doesn't financially hinder Chelsea in terms of how our current club works, it can only be a good thing in the long term. And in terms of diverting energy away from Chelsea, I think, you know, all the players are there, the management team's there, the recruitment team's there. They're going to let them do their things until it becomes untenable, if indeed it does. So comment down below. Thank you again for joining me. Please do consider dropping a like on the video to show your support. And of course, you're welcome to subscribe. Mia, do you want to say goodbye to the people? Meow meow, hit the like and subscribe button. Okay, she hates me. See you soon, guys. Peace.